Let's go.
Well, welcome to tonight's show. You're watching NRL from the Sidelines with Tom, Brian and Steve. And, gentlemen, I was away last week and I watched the show and...
He did not.
Did you really? I watched part of the show.
Oh, come on.
And
well, that's a little bit more than Brian does anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. And I got to say, I'm glad I'm back. How are you tonight, Brian?
I'm okay.
You're just okay?
I'm just okay.
All right. Tom, you're doing well?
Well, I was fine until that comment.
What, that he's just okay?
No.
That was just a hateful comment to make.
What did I say?
You're glad you're back.
You're glad you looked at the show and you're glad you're back.
We have one comment, the only comment we've ever had about the latest comment we ever had about the quality of the show was when you two were running it.
And I don't do anything. I'm just the pretty face.
Okay.
Yeah, as I am now as well.
You're not that either.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we are up to round 13. We're halfway through the season.
Miserable season.
Yeah. It's a fabulous season. Things are going beautifully.
It's an okay season.
I think that's pretty indicative of where our team sit on the ladder. Yeah, it's a great season. Yeah, it's a mid. Oh no.
Yeah, I think you've got a few issues. I think Manly have got...
And his team does too.
Well, that's true. But I think Manly have some problems. I mean, mainly the fact that they can't have enough players.
Oh, no.
I mean,
and the coach said, DCE, go out and prove why they should have picked you, and that didn't happen.
Yeah. And Trent Barrett's praying that the brothers don't get injured in State of Origin, because then he won't be able to field a full team.
Oh, no, we're in serious issues. We've got serious issues.
All right, well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Thursday night's game. Manly and the Sea Eagles played at Lottoland.
Manly and the Sea Eagles? Did we just play ourselves? Because we would have lost.
And you still lost.
Can you see how he just raises the show up after he turns up?
It's just awesome.
We absolutely missed you, Steve. Seriously, we really missed you.
And I can understand that. I can truly understand it.
Okay.
Let me start that again. Let's talk about the game at Lottoland on Thursday night between the Manly Sea Eagles and the North Queensland Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody thought Manly were going to win and win comfortably.
Well, I originally thought that the Cowboys would win this one, and then I changed my tip.
You shouldn't have done that.
No, I shouldn't have done that.
I've got to ask a question. One of the things that I found quite astonishing...
But that's okay, yep.
Sorry?
I'm hurting. Go ahead.
Look at the camera when you say I'm hurting.
I'm hurting. I'm in pain.
Yes. One of the things is that regularly, in an attacking position, DCE would kick for touch and not put up attacking kicks. Not put up bombs. I don't understand it. I was watching the game and regularly they did. The 2 minutes to go before half time, they needed to score and they're kicking for touch.
I'm not sure what's wrong, because is that coaching? Like, in all seriousness, is it coaching? Because I counted 3 times. Yeah, I counted 3 times the last tackle Appy ran from dummy half.
Yeah.
Like, to score, obviously, and he's 15, 20 metres out.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't understand. I mean, I know that our 2 best attacking players are out in the Blues team, but surely there's more than just that.
Your forwards have been killing it all year.
I know. Look, if you go back to our games, I think, apart from the Canberra game, our forwards have been dominant in every game they've played.
Yep.
But there's something going wrong with the way that they're using the ball. When Trent Hodgkinson came, that immediate game, he had an immediate impact.
Yep.
And it was, and I thought we were back on. But that was, the last 2 games have been terrible.
Well, you completed 85% of your sets, but you only had 45% of possession. So you had very little ball by comparison, but completed really high, and yet you still couldn't score.
I honestly, I can't tell you. I do not understand.
I can't believe it's coaching. I really can't. With someone like Trent Barrett, that he would coach people to kick for touch when you needed to score. You needed to score some tries,
Yeah.
and you were kicking for touch.
Oh, Hodkinson did it as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, they both kicked for touch and and last tackle option was to run from dummy half.
And you know what? Because if you kick it dead, you can give away 7 tackles.
Yep.
I actually don't have a major problem with running on the 6th when you're close, or sometimes kicking for touch, because you're not giving away 7. You're only giving away 6 tackles, and they're right on the line. They're not 20 metres downfield. It's actually not a bad ploy.
Yep.
But when you're behind, when you really need to score some points, that's not the time to do it. You're just going to have to take a chance.
I think that speaks of confidence. I think that's just we don't know what to do, or we've tried a couple of things and it's not working. So let's just have a breather and try to think about it.
See, I think that comes down to coaching. Like surely there's options there that they should be using. Look, I mean, overall, look, I had a big dummy spit about 4 or 5 weeks ago because Manly had been competitive and losing, and I was frustrated. I was angry. We were close. And then the Tigers and Parramatta game came up, and they didn't show up. They just didn't show up. I could have got the Windsor Wolves to play, and they would have done a better job. Last night that Thursday night was disgusting. I think that was probably their worst performance of the year. It hurt. I mean, trust me, and it hurts.
Listen, I'm a South supporter. I know what hurt is like.
The Parramatta game was bad, but that was at Brookvale. That was after a 1 point loss.
So was the Parramatta game.
That was it wasn't the Parramatta game. We lost at
ANZ.
But we just come off a 1 point loss to Canberra, and I know that the Travojevics weren't there, but I expected more.
You still had a reasonable team.
What was the reason why I changed my tip? I thought, well, it's at home. I think they'll lift. The Cowboys have been unconvincing.
So let's talk about the Cowboys. What did you think?
Oh, jeez. The JT's played awesome.
Tamalolo's the last 2 weeks has
he
just
was
been
unbelievable,
incredible, hasn't
he? Well, he played full 80 minutes and played like he meant it.
Yeah,
which I think is the first time all year.
234 metres.
No, 270.
234. It's
I heard 270.
But either way, it was very high metres, and it was impact. It had impact every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thurston's not nearly at his best because he's in the twilight, but he's showed some better signs than he's been showing, and that may just be opportunity because forwards went forward. I don't know. But they were both great. And their stand-in players, the young centre, he was just amazing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. There he is. He scored one of the tries. Tulala.
Tom will get it.
It doesn't really matter.
Tom knows them all.
Tuala.
Yeah.
You pretty much had it. You just put too many consonants in there.
Too many lalas. He was very, very good.
Yes.
Very, very good. We've played him back into form. Sorry for whoever plays him next week.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't overly impressed with what they were doing. They were still... They still weren't the Cowboys of old. And I'm just not sure they're going to get it back.
But I can tell you, if Tamalolo and Scott run for 250 metres each, they're going to beat most teams.
Oh yeah. But mind you, they had no forward stopping them either.
Oh yeah, but see, this is it. In the first half, they did.
On the first half, was still there. Tapau was still there.
In the first half, Tapau killed Tamal. I'd like to know that they break down that 240 metres first and second half, because in the first half he did nothing. He was stopped every time he got the ball. There was a definite plan. Marty followed him across the field and hit him every time he moved. But in the second half, a different bloke came out. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It was terrible. I'm hurt.
I think what we established was that the Cowboys weren't that great, and that unfortunately says about how bad you were going.
All right. Let's talk about ANZ on Friday night. South Sydney Rabbitohs against the Cronulla Sharks. South winning 22-14.
Okay, next game.
No, let's talk about this game because it was billed as a match of the round.
And again, change my tip again.
Gee, it's hard to take you seriously, Steve.
Change my tip
again.
In your mind, it was the match of the round. That is correct.
It was.
What have you got to say about that, Steve?
I got to say I was really impressed with South. and I think Cronulla tried, but it's just, the Burgess brothers at the moment are
On fire.
absolutely on fire.
Oh, yeah.
They're killing everything.
I mean, they're not even talking about Sam at the moment. He's doing a solid job.
No, that's
and
right.
Playing the way he normally does. But it's just Tom and George show at the moment.
Yep.
And obviously, on the back of all of that, why wouldn't the rest of the team be able to
Yeah.
kick on, you know?
And
But I honestly thought missing Inglis and Gagai and Cook, that would really weaken the side.
And
And that's why I
Johnson.
changed my tip to the
and
Sharks.
Johnson and Crichton. Yeah.
Yeah, I changed my tip to the Sharks thinking, oh, well, the Sharks have got a more solid, established team. They won 6 in a row.
Yep.
But look,
but
the
I think
Rabbitohs
more
just
than-
had them covered the whole night.
See, but more than 6 in a row, they've done it without their stars as well. So the Sharks have been in a position where they've had to go out and win games with these guys who are,
Gallen,
you know,
Lewis,
without these guys.
Bakuya.
So when they're all back and they're playing a Rabbitohs team without their first choice fullback and their first choice hooker, mind you, how good was Robbie Farah?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you'd expect the Sharks to win.
Yeah.
And I picked them only because of that.
Yep.
I must admit I was worried, especially in the first 10 minutes, because Cronulla were hitting hard.
Yeah.
And Souths weren't making metres. Up until Cronulla kicked that first penalty goal.
Mm.
That's what for some reason, when Souths then kicked a penalty goal as well, they started to drop off. Then they started dropping balls. So in the Souths 20 metres, fifth tackle, they drop a ball.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you know what? I mean, Souths have those 4 players out. They've got Johnson out, as he said. So I was really impressed with the way they played. And I tell you what, how nice is it to be able to then say, Cook's in state of origin, let's bring up someone like Robbie Farah.
Yeah, let's bring last year's state of origin.
Yeah, that's right. You know, but some of did you see the try that Campbell Graham scored, where he plucked it out of the air? I mean, you know, some of these young kids at South at the moment are playing extremely well, and I'll guarantee the Roosters are pulling out their checkbooks to grab them.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's what the Roosters do. They buy talent.
It was Tyrell Fuimaono that
Yes.
I couldn't remember the name of, and
Okay.
he played this week, didn't he?
Yes, you did. Yes.
He's lost his rat's tail,
Yes.
or his mullet, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't know. So Steve, I've got a question for you then. In the next game, we're going to be talking about the woes of Parramatta, and the suggested coach is going to be Madge.
That's what I keep hearing. Yes.
We're all hearing
He's
that.
just taking
rumour.
on the New Zealand job.
Yeah, but he can do both. It's major.
My question is this, Steve. These young guys have been at your club for a while. They're coming up through your system. Last year, you guys were terrible. Why did you bring them through? Why wait? Why did it take a change of coach?
I don't know, but he'd been there 5 years, and I think they were probably due for a change anyway. You know, it's
Probably why
hard.
he's not there now, Brian.
You know, but he laid a great foundation for what Seabold is doing now. There's
Well,
absolutely no doubt about that.
Seabold's got the Burgess boys playing out of their skin. He's brought in young guys who are on fire playing.
Okay,
Like I said, I still don't think Souths are playing particularly well, but they're winning so well.
I know, but think about this: the team that won the grand final last year is not playing that well. The team that won the grand final the year before, the following year they won it, they didn't play that well.
Yep.
Same with Cronulla the year before, same with South. It's almost like when you win a grand final, something drops off.
You can't go back to back.
You can't go back to back. So it takes a couple of years to then build up that hunger, that momentum again, to be able to do that. And if it takes a change of coach, which in this case it has, hey,
And I've got to say,
Great
I
news for
a
Souths.
lot of respect for Seabold. I think he's
done a great job.
and he speaks really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very, very humble.
I liked it when he was the assistant at Manly.
You let him go. You let him go.
Hey, look, Brad Alpha was our defensive coach, and we let him go as well. I don't know.
I've got to tell you, I've got a note here that I reckon Souths win by more if Moylan isn't playing. He pulled off some really good stuff the other night.
Well, see, I tipped again, banking on the fact that he was starting to hit his straps.
Look, he's been pillared in the post at the moment, and I don't get it. You can't lay on six. What he had, was it 6 or 7 try assists the week before?
Yeah.
And you know he couldn't get the Sharks over the line this week, and everybody's bagging him.
Yeah, but look, there were some efforts of his on Friday night.
Matt, we need a 5'8". Come to Manly. We'll take you.
Yeah, there were some efforts of his on Friday night that I thought was superb. Just that those 1%ers that he did,
He is
kept him in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and look, I was disappointed that South gave away 2 tries at the end, I started getting a little bit worried, I must admit. But,
yeah. We were sort of turning there, but luckily you held them out.
Ramien's a good player.
Well, I was going to say, did you see the beginning of the second half where one of the Cronulla players started at the other end?
Oh yeah.
And then had the embarrassing run down all the way to join his team. That was funny.
Yes, it was.
That was a classic. I haven't seen that before. All right, let's move on to where are we going to go? We're going to go to ANZ Stadium. Parramatta Eels against the Newcastle Knights.
Up to Solus.
It's not Solus when Souths play.
It is Solus. By the way.
Oh, what?
You know, sorry. Back to Souths. A couple of weeks ago, Steve,
yes.
when Manly played Souths,
yes, they did.
and we were there.
Yeah, we were.
And I said, you South supporters are crazy. I said, because you've got this great system set up where no matter where on the field is being played, you've got a big section of South supporters that are just absolutely giving it to the ref.
Yeah.
You know, Phil Gould's finally caught on because he actually said, South supporters, they're everywhere. They're not everywhere, they're just in 3 big chunks.
And I don't think any of them watch the game. All they do is sit there and go, boo! Offside! That's all they do. The whole time.
I've been to Brookvale and they all yell offside. I've been to Rooster games.
Come on, when was the last time you went to
Nobody shouts
Brookvale?
louder than the South supporters.
Well, that's because they're in their 3 little sections, and I reckon they've got ringleaders in all of them. And no matter where the ref is, he cops a gobful from some section of the crowd.
I think it's rent a crowd just to say,
listen, everybody,
get them inside the
ignore
camp.
them. They don't know what they're talking about.
I think it's a great
Okay,
setup.
let's go to ANZ Stadium,
exposed.
and this was a boring, horrible, ugly game.
Not if you're a Knight supporter.
No, look, if you're a Knight supporter, I'm sure you're happy with the score at 30-4, but I tell you what, it was just a drag of a game.
Yeah.
If you're a Parramatta supporter, I'm sure you loved it.
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm sorry, Janelle.
It's very sad. I mean, it's extremely sad to see that team that was, top 4 last year and hasn't changed very much, is just without ideas,
Well, but in their defence, they're losing players. I mean,
well, they are now.
They're in Manly's position. I know
They're
what you're
not.
Say.
They're nowhere near as bad as
Don't.
We don't even have 17 players to play next week.
Well, they barely do either.
Have you a mute button?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's a pity.
No,
what a joke.
I can play music over when he's talking, though. When
A serious joke of a comment.
I'll do some serious editing later.
Who have they got out? They've got 2 blokes out.
Well, I think you're right by comparison. That you can't say they've got that many out. I mean, they lost Moses the other night. And Moreau will go for his shoulder charge.
He's got 3 weeks.
But they've had Manor on the sideline. They've had Jared Hayne on the sidelines.
Yep, keep going.
Kaiser Pritchard.
Yep, keep going.
They've had a few. They've had a few. Not as many as
keep going.
The Eagles.
They got
Brown.
Keep going. They got a few.
Yeah, but
they got a few. Plus the one they stood down.
Well, when you're an idiot, that's what happens.
Well, agreed. But look, I've got to say, I actually thought Parramatta were going to win this.
You're the only person who tipped it.
I haven't. After my first 2 gone wrong, I'm thinking, I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to go to the Knights.
But look, there's not a lot to talk about with this one. I'm sorry, Parramatta supporters. Who's Parramatta supporter who's watching the show?
Janelle.
Poor Janelle.
I do apologise, Janelle, but there really isn't a lot.
It takes a lot of courage to be a Parramatta supporter at the moment, Janelle.
If you need to talk, I'm a South supporter. I know what it's like to live through years of pain.
And hopefully you'll be able to talk to Parramatta supporters about pain for a lot longer.
Why?
Because I don't want to be with
them. All right, let's move on to Allianz Stadium and the Sydney Roosters beating the West Tigers 16-14.
Yes.
What a joke of a game.
Seriously, I thought this was a really entertaining game. It was exciting.
It was exciting at the end.
Yeah.
The last 15 minutes.
Look, I thought it was 2 teams that were really putting in both ways. And look, I don't think either team reached any great heights. But the fact that they were evenly matched, I thought was really, really good. And I was actually pleased with a few things about our performance. One is our defence was exceptional. Until those last 10 minutes, our defence had been exceptional up till then.
Yep.
It was really just Josh Reynolds coming on the field made a difference to that team. He made a huge difference to the team. I thought our defence was great. Daniel Tupou's come back from a 10-week injury.
Yep.
Scored 2 tries and saved the game. with a
There
try
were two
saving
tries
tackle.
that actually saved the game. One was by Tupou at one side,
And one was Ferguson.
Ferguson on the other
Look,
side.
Even though Ferguson, he got the ball away before he went in a touch, but the touch judge didn't see that.
Well, the thing is that they still ended up.
Should have been play on.
Well, it was play on. They played on, and then they got caught with the ball.
Yeah,
So-
you're a bitter man.
Yeah,
you're a bitter man.
The touch judge had put his flag in the air. It was over at that point.
Well, it didn't matter
It
because
didn't
we
matter
still
because they
wrapped the
would have
ball
scored.
up.
They would have
No,
scored
well,
if they hadn't been called back.
He's a bitter man, isn't he? He can't give credit to anything.
No.
Look, I think with our significant Origin stars out, I thought that was a pretty good performance. I was actually expecting a loss, honestly.
Yeah.
I was expecting a loss in this game.
Well, I wasn't,
and
because I backed the
it's a pity that it got that close, really, because I think it deserved. We were dominant the whole game, and for the last 10 minutes to
True.
get
On the
that-
back of the refs, you were quite dominant.
I must.
Come on, admit it.
Hang on.
Admit it.
For 3 games, you have not mentioned the refs, and suddenly the Roosters come up and you mention them. So I'm not going to take anything you say seriously.
No, seriously. What about the Benji Marshall knock on?
When was the Benji Marshall knock on?
You guys have they've got you pinned in. Ball comes to Benji, it goes between his legs. The ref that's standing 5 metres away from him says play on. The ref that's standing 35 metres back with your Roosters goes knock on. All of a sudden it's a scrum and you guys have got the ball
Well,
back.
it's a knock on, it's a knock on.
It wasn't. The guy 5 metres away didn't call it a
He's
knock
behind
on.
him though. He had
Oh,
you can't see it
oh,
going
don't
forward.
Yeah, but that happens every game.
Yeah, but
That's
no,
right.
it just
Correct.
really
That's
annoys me that it happens when the Roosters... Because the Roosters...
Yes, because he doesn't see anybody else's. He only
No.
sees it when it happens
What-
to the
Are you
Roosters.
becoming a hater?
No, I'm not a hater. What was the
Becoming-
penalty? Tom, what was the penalty count at half time?
It was all their way.
That's right.
Yeah, and
And so the refs had to even it up. That's the only reason you guys stayed in the game.
Roosters do not control those things.
What, Uncle? That's the one thing Uncle
so
Nick
now
doesn't do.
They should be bagging the refs, not bagging us.
Should I
Okay?
just let you two go, or just calling?
The point is, I think it was a great performance by us, and particularly defence. Defence has been solid for the last 6 weeks.
I'll give him that.
And we've got the best defence in the red zone of any team.
I must admit, 10 minutes to go, I was cheering for the Tigers to win because I could see them coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and they were putting. And honestly, I mean, credit to the Roosters' defence because
defence was
those
exceptional.
2 tackles at the end saved your game.
Well, you just look at how much ball they had. It go backwards and forwards and back and forwards, and you could see the line just moving and moving. And Trent Robinson, and he's more technical than me, obviously, and he said, you know what I really liked was there was no, somebody else will do it. There was a real commitment, and he says that's what a coach wants to see. He wants to see a team that is going to go there to the end and just keep moving, and that was exceptional to watch. So, very pleased.
Got a question though about Ivan Cleary. So the Tigers have come out with a very defensive game set from the start of the year, and obviously that's taken a toll on the team. So, first bomb that goes up, Blake Ferguson, not your regular fullback, drops it.
Yeah.
Why did they not continue to bomb the living daylights out of him?
I agree. Yes.
Well, I don't think he got another kick for another 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So go back to the Trent Barrett question. You said what's going wrong? Is it the fact that the players are just following what the coach is saying, or the fact that we've lost those skillful players who go, there's a weakness, we're going to exploit it?
I think, in Manly's case, I'd say yes. There's a lack of understanding of trying to exploit an issue. Roosters, though, have Cooper Cronk, and you don't expect that from him. You don't expect that. Now, either he's not getting the ball in the position he's supposed to be.
He did some good game management stuff. That was probably his best game of the season.
But several times towards the end of that game, he was trying to control his players. He could see they were getting overly excited, and you could see him waving his arms, saying,
calm down, pull it back in,
So I think he's struggling with a team that is overly ambitious and not maybe getting him into the positions where he needs to be.
Coach is saying the same thing. He's saying, they're wanting to do too much too quick. He said, we're happy with the way they're building.
Yeah.
But you look at Maguire. The difference between Maguire and Seibold. Maguire played a structure. He said, you're going to play this way, and they got stuck.
Yeah.
Seibold's going, let's just give you a free hand. And they're playing a whole lot
with
better.
structure. There's still some structure to it.
Yeah, but the difference is that every time South have a hit up now, they're expecting an offload, and there's players following.
Yeah.
You have a look. Their support play is exceptional.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about your teams anymore.
All right. Well, that's all the games for the weekend because a number of them had a bye.
Yeah.
So For Rock Australia Radio, Tom, would you like to do the ladder?
I will do that.
Miserable ladder.
Now, and
And
in
so
fact,
this is taking into account the buys.
I have a question after you do the ladder.
All right, fine. All right, so we had a number of teams having buys. First place is still Panthers and second Dragons. First team to play this weekend was the Rabbitohs. They remain in third position. I think you were in third last week, weren't you?
We were.
Yep. The Warriors also had a bye, and the Storm also had a bye. The Roosters moved up from 7th to 6th. The Sharks have gone down to 7th position, and the Broncos, by virtue of the bye, have moved into the 8th. The Tigers, unfortunately, moved out of the 8, but that's because they lost this week. You've got the Raiders in 10, the Knights in 11, the Titans in 12, the Sea Eagles in 13, the Cowboys in 14, the Bulldogs in 15, and the Eels in 16.
Okay. My question. 2 weeks ago, Penrith played St George.
Yep.
Penrith won. So why is Penrith at the top of the table when St George should be at the top of the
Because
table?
they've given away less points. I think that's
for and
the way
against
it
is
works.
exactly the same.
Yeah, no, but they look at points for and points against,
Yeah.
and I think Panthers have given away less points, and I think that's the reason.
So you wouldn't take it on account. They're basing it on defence, not on attack.
I guess. Yeah.
Or is it alphabetical?
Well, it could be. Well,
knows?
how would be? Well,
Because
yes, St George.
St George have been leading the competition all the way through the season, and all of a sudden they get beaten, and another team joins them, and they switch positions.
Maybe the NRL just got bored and wanted to change.
Maybe. I don't know. Didn't like it. Okay, so gentlemen.
Maybe Gus had a word in your ear.
Totally irrelevant, but go on, Steve.
No.
Yeah, that used up about a minute that I can't get back.
Either way, you two were in the top 8 and my team's in the bottom 8.
You're barely in the bottom 8.
I'm happy where we are at the moment. We're just hovering.
Really?
We're just hovering. Oh, look, I mean, we're getting better each week, you know, and we're not going as well as you are. There's no doubt about that in a lot of teams, but I'm happy that we're slowly building.
Gentlemen, I'd like to talk State of Origin.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, coming up this coming Wednesday night, it's just been announced that Billy Slater is out and Quinton Ponga is in.
No.
Not Quinton Ponga.
Kalen
Ponga.
Oh, so they did decide to put him in today?
Yeah.
No, I heard
Yeah.
Milford was being called in as well.
Well, both of them have been travelling to Melbourne.
So good luck. I don't think Ponga will play.
I think you will.
What happened to Queensland loyalty? Where's Darius Boyd?
Darius,
Where's Corey Oates?
Yeah.
Queensland have got nothing, I'm telling you. Loyalty. Only when you're winning.
let's talk about the game.
Alright, sorry. We can't just hack on Queensland?
No, we can't just take on
Why?
Queensland, because there'll be some
There's
Queensland
none out
watchers
there.
out
No
How do you know?
Queensland, because they don't like rugby league.
Queenslanders don't like rugby league.
No.
Queensland, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it
I
was
don't have to
amazing.
say that for
The
that.
NRL leadership a couple of weeks ago, Peter Beattie, was quite impressed that it was New South Wales and Queensland again in the State of Origin.
Proving themselves to be the two dominant. Sorry, that was a G up.
I don't
Surely that was a
It had
G
to
up.
be.
He can't be
It had
that
to be.
dumb.
No. it
No,
can't
I
be.
think he might be, and
He
I'm really
can't be
sad
that
because
dumb.
I thought he was going to be excellent. But
You know what? Brian should be in charge.
His first comment was expansion. I mean, I don't think that's the most important thing on people's minds, honestly, expansion.
no, it's not. But anyway, okay. I mean,
Alright,
yes,
sorry, anyway,
very
you
sad.
want to
So,
talk State of Origin. What do you want
Well,
to talk about, Steve?
Well, what did you talk about last week regarding the teams?
We
We
read
talked
out
about
the
the
teams. You read out the
You read
teams
out
because
the
we
teams?
waited till the teams have been announced
Okay.
and then we read.
Who's
them
going to
out.
win?
New South Wales.
Okay.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, 36-22.
Okay. Tom, would you like to talk about our competition?
Oh, yes.
Hang on, I'm the only one who gave a score here.
Well, I gave a score last week.
What was your score?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, see, I'm stuck on my
24-12
score.
or something like that. Something like
yeah.
that. I think.
To New South Wales, of course. Steve,
Yes.
score?
Okay, if you insist.
Yeah, I do.
I think, what did I say? I said New South Wales by 4.
Nah, score.
Well, actually,
Score,
it was
score.
margin, not score.
4-0.
No.
Give
if
me
you
a
just
score. So he's got to think, what's 4 more than?
18-14.
Wow.
Well,
So you
yeah.
guys both think it's going to be not a very high-scoring game.
It's not going to be a high
12
scoring
points is
game.
a
at all.
decent win in Origin. Anyway,
36-22. Put your money on 50-plus points.
when Brian finally shuts up. This is our competition. You can win one of these solid gold. No, not really solid gold. They're yellow inside, but they're collector's item mugs with NRL from the Sidelines logo on it and our ugly mugs on the other side.
Well, they are our ugly mugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you would like to win one of these, then you need to enter the competition soon because Origin starts on Wednesday night, of course. So you need to get your entry in before Wednesday night. Is there a cut-off date here, time here, fellas?
Yeah, before kick-off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so before kick-off.
Yeah, you can't do it after the game.
1 minute before kick-off because Facebook will show us the time that you entered. The first correct entry or nearest to, you have to tip Queensland or New South Wales and the margin that they will win by. Okay, so for instance, New South Wales by 12. That's what I put up there, I remember now.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yes. So you need to post your entry, and by time and date, we'll know who was first with the right answer. And if nobody gets the right answer, it'll be the closest to. You really want one of these, honestly.
Oh, they're awesome.
Absolutely. Seriously, you want one of these. I'm going to put it up there so you can see.
And then afterwards, if we have any left, or if we don't give it away, we'll sell it for $50 each.
50.
50.
It's a $50 prize.
Is Queensland any chance of winning?
No.
Look, I think they'll be. I think they'll be competitive. I really do because they never give in. And look, I think
They've got a pretty decent team.
Wallace and Arrow, I think, are good up front. Maguire will be his filthy best. Hands in the face. He'll be stomping on people's ankles. He'll be doing all that sort of niggly stuff. But look, I think that if they're not overawed in a 80,000 seat stadium, the young Blues will run rampant.
I think that's the only issue because was it 11 debutants? That's a lot of players to be blooding.
Yeah.
I mean, the good things like Regan Campbell-Gillard is a debutant, but he's played for Australia already.
So is Tom.
So he's already played on the big stage. So I think that Freddie's got him in there, and he's done the yoga and he's done the meditation, and he said to them, "Look, you're probably going to walk out there and go, oh my goodness, but you just need to work through that now." So I think it's going to be great.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be.
I'm looking forward to it.
But I'll tell you, look, in all seriousness, from last year, we've got no Cooper Cronk, no Cameron Smith, no Jonathan Thurston, no Billy Slater, no Matt Scott, no Darius Boyd, no Corey Oates. Like
we ought to be winning, shouldn't we?
I know. So
we should be winning.
So we're saying 11 debutants. Hope they're not overawed. They've got 7 blokes there that are not part of that. Well, I don't want to say brilliance. That are not part of that dominant force.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know. I can't see how Queensland can win. Yeah. We've got the far better forward pack.
Who's going to be man of the match?
Cook.
Who's going to be man of the match?
Maloney.
Steve?
No, you won't be man of the match.
Well, why not?
Who's going to be man of the match?
I actually think Cook.
Cook. Yeah. That wouldn't be any bias at all, would it?
No.
I'm not biased. I hate Souths, and I still picked him.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
You have a secret love of
No. You know what?
Just like Queensland and Melbourne.
All things being equal, I'd rather the Roosters win than Souths win.
Ooh, that is nasty. And that really, really, really irritates him now. Oh, that's going to take a little bit of counselling. That's going to take some counselling.
I've got no love for Souths, mate.
I have a special announcement to say. This is our last show. Thank you all for joining us. This is the last time we're going to be on air.
I hadn't realised you'd never had that conversation before. Wow.
There's no love for Souths. At least the Roosters are transparent in their absolute rorting of the referees and the penalties and all. You guys just garbage on about pride of the league and all this other kind of stuff, which has got nothing to do with anything because you're not. Souths live in delusion.
You can stand at any Souths game and you'll see signs anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. You can.
Book of yawns.
Souths are delusional. At least we all know how transparently bad the Roosters are.
Yeah.
I think you should take a couple of steps back here. You're actually going really well there for a while, Brian.
Yeah, he's not your friend either, let me tell you. All right, let's move on to round 14 of the NRL, gentlemen, at GIO Stadium on Friday night. We have the Canberra Raiders against the Penrith Panthers.
Panthers got a couple of blokes backing up.
Yeah, this is the GIO Stadium too.
Yeah.
So what day is this?
Friday night. There's no Thursday night game.
Yes, 2 nights. Gee, that's pretty tough.
And I still think they'll all play and they'll beat the Raiders.
It's a GIO.
I don't care.
And are the Raiders missing anybody?
What do you mean?
No.
They're not missing anybody.
No, Nick Kotrick's in the squad, but he's not
Yeah,
playing.
but he's not playing.
Look, it's about the Raiders' only chance to beat the Panthers. It's one of those games where, with State of Origin, you think, well, if there's an injury to the Panthers, you'd seriously think going the Raiders.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: New South Wales win, Panthers will win.
Oh,
New South Wales lose, I think Penrith will lose.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be based on their attitude coming out of State of Origin.
Yeah,
Especially from Maloney and
probably going to reserve judgment on a whole heap of games.
Canberra have got over 50% win rate against the Panthers down there, but I'm still going to go Panthers. They're in just good form.
All right, Tom?
I think I'll be splintering on a heap of these games based on their State of Origin plays.
That's what he does.
Okay,
it's called discernment, Brian.
Yeah,
it's looking at the facts.
Oh, look, no one is going to listen to what you tip anyway. Just put it on the line and give us a tip.
How'd you go this week?
Doesn't matter. No one knows. I don't know who I said last week. I changed my tips.
All right, let's move on to... I'm going Penrith, by the way. Okay, Seabus Super Stadium on Friday night as well. Gold Coast Titans against the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
This will be a yawn of a game.
Oh, you should win this in a canter.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd be disappointed if we didn't.
Yeah. This is the one I don't need defence to sit on this one.
Who you going?
Unless Cook and Gagai and Inglis all fall over for some reason.
You know what? I'm actually... Secretly, deep down, I think I'd like Queensland to win. Well...
I can't believe you actually put that on record.
I did.
Far out.
Please, Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen,
come out.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience.
He's out of the closet.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience. Steve said this was the last show. You know what? He's right, because I can't work with a Queenslander.
I would just like to see Greg Inglis win a State of Origin game as captain.
Oh,
I just think...
He's from New South Wales, Steve. He doesn't deserve to be captain. He's playing for the wrong team.
That's old news.
Did you see the Facebook site saying that that the two captains of both teams come from the same area? They're both born in the same area.
Yeah, you're surprised?
It doesn't matter. It's over. That argument's been done and dusted 10 years ago.
So for you saying that he deserves to win... No, Steve, I will never let it go.
So this gives credence to Melbourne second team, Brisbane third team.
Yep.
North Queensland fourth team.
Or
Titans fifth
Titans. It depends on who's ahead at the
But I
time.
tell you what, for Inglis' sake, I'd like to see Queensland win.
Yeah.
So, Brian, South to win that Friday night?
If you don't, I'm not... Yes, you will win that.
Thank you. All right. Let's talk about Saturday afternoon at... where are we going? Amy Stadium. Where's Amy Stadium? Why are you going down to... Okay. Manly Sea Eagles...
AMI Stadium.
Yeah.
AMI.
Where's that?
It's in New Zealand because they're all on a plane.
Oh, you're doing a...
So you're doing a home game.
Home game in New
Good
Zealand.
work. Doing a home game in New Zealand against New Zealand.
Well, they don't get anyone turned up to Lottoland.
That's
So that makes sense.
That's a really smart move.
Manly Sea Eagles against the Warriors.
Yep.
Brian, I'm worried for the Sea Eagles.
You shouldn't be.
Why? Because they're going to get smashed anyway?
We've got a solid record against the Warriors. They're the team that usually plays us back into form. I'm just sad that it's taken to round 14 before we have to play them.
But that's if your team was any good at the moment.
I think we should play them about round 4 every year. And we will win comfortably. The Travojevics will back up. They'll get on a plane from Melbourne, go across the Tasman, back it up, and we will find a full squad of 17 players to take the field.
He hasn't taken his meds.
No.
Let me guess, you hateful people are going to go the Warriors, aren't you?
Absolutely.
You bet.
Hey, you burned me last week. I should be 4 out of 4.
All right, let's... Why?
Well, if I hadn't changed my 2 tips, the first 2,
But
I would
he
actually
didn't tell
be
you
4
to
out of
change
4.
your tips. You
No,
told
but
him.
I did. But his stupid team didn't win.
Neither did
And
the Cowboys.
Your stupid team won.
Did win.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
All
I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
All right, let's move on to McDonald Jones Stadium on Saturday night as well, Saturday afternoon at 5:30. Newcastle Knights against Sydney Roosters.
No Kalen, no Knights.
Who said Cannell's going to be there?
Yeah.
I had a chat it'll be after Origin won it. So.
Yeah, it's after.
Oh, that was such a good line too.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
Tom thinks he's funny, but he's just not.
Yeah, he's like the...
We'll be winning.
No, you won't.
Yeah, we'll be winning.
No, you won't.
It'll be more challenging than it was at ANZ, at Allianz, but we'll be winning this.
I really think the Roosters will win this easy.
Easy.
Yeah, because again, same deal. If New South Wales win, these players will be buoyed.
These guys just have got
Boyd.
no idea.
So we'll coordinate.
Buoyed, yes.
I doubt any of them will back up. They're soft. They're Roosters.
See, bitter man, bitter, twisted. Hasn't.
It's
taken
funny,
his
he didn't
meds.
say that about the South players. I don't think he does hate South more than the
I think
Roosters.
he does.
I don't think he does.
I think
I
he
think
does.
he hates everything. You know.
Hey, I'm not one who's full of hate here. I picked his team, and I'm picking your team, despite wanting to pick the Knights.
It's called common sense.
And I
it's
picked
not.
my team, but you guys both picked each other's, but not my team.
So you'd like me not to be objective?
Yeah, I want you to be objective.
Because your team's going to get smashed.
Oh, jeez.
Absolutely.
No chance. They'll win. They'll win that game well.
Yeah. Okay. Another smash fest.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to
To
TIO
another
Stadium,
smash fest.
which is different to
Where?
Amy Stadium or
No,
TIO
Darwin.
Stadium.
Darwin.
Yeah,
It's
it's
in
Darwin. Parramatta Eels against the North Queensland Cowboys.
So the temperature will just perfectly suit the Cowboys.
And because Parramatta are playing so well.
Yeah, that's a smash fest. Honestly,
Oh, I hope the Cowboys.
Tamalalo would just absolutely run rampant over them.
Are you not
Yeah.
splintering on that one?
No, not at all.
Wow, he hates Parramatta too.
No, I don't. I just can't tip them with any confidence at all.
Yeah, I think Cowboys will win quite.
Especially after
Yeah.
the job that the Cowboys did on the Seagulls.
Pah.
All right, let's move on to Southern Cross.
So,
Southern
what were you
Cross.
tipping?
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys? Okay, good.
I thought you were speaking for all of us anyway.
No,
Yeah.
of course I don't speak for you.
Oh, I'm pretty
okay?
sure you do. You try to.
Okay, Southern Cross Group. You guys are angry. I should never go away again.
Yeah.
Truly, I think
Makes
you
me
need me. Yeah. You need my calming nature, my
Oh.
unbiased nature.
Oh, goodness
Here we go
me.
again.
Give me
So-
a bucket.
Far out.
Southern Cross Group Stadium, Cronulla Sharks and the West Tigers.
It should be an entertaining game because I reckon these two are struggling in some ways and doing well in other ways about the same. So they're about
Sorry?
even. They're about even.
Okay.
They're even on pretty much even on the table, but they're even at where they're at in their game plan.
Yep.
Well, the Tigers have won 8 of their last 14. I'm going to go the Tigers in an upset.
I don't think it'll be an upset. The one thing I've been saying about Cronulla, other than the fact that 5 or 6 weeks ago they beat Penrith, the teams they have been winning in their run of 5,
Did they beat Penrith?
have not been substantial. Yeah, they beat them out of Dubbo or Bathurst or wherever it was.
Yeah, that's right. It was
On
an
that
unexpected
cold night
one.
where
Yeah,
Bradley-
the game they go
Yeah.
to Bathurst
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
Battles, yeah.
they went on a run of winning their next 4 games after that, and everyone said, hey, they're back. But honestly, they didn't beat anyone substantial.
Yeah, you've convinced me. I'm going the Tigers.
I already said that I was.
And so
Yeah.
did I.
Yeah, convinced me.
Wow. Just so you know, 3 of us unanimously deciding on a team
Yeah.
is pretty rare.
It's
Although
only
I-
taken 2 years and 13 rounds, but we're finally there.
Although I'll probably change it halfway through this week. Okay, and
Called
Amy...
dating.
Oh, hang on, my things have changed. Amy Park on Sunday night as well. 4:10, Melbourne Storm against the Brisbane Broncos.
It's like, do you really care? Honestly.
No.
Yes.
It's like,
Tell us
watching,
who's going to win.
it's like watching Queensland in Queensland.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's just awful.
To say one of these teams just hurts my mouth.
We have listeners who like these teams. We have viewers
We
who
do,
like
we
these
do.
teams.
All right, so Steve, so
pick
tell me,
one.
team number 2, team number 3. Which one are you going to pick? Your favourite team number 2 or your favourite
There
team
is no
number 3?
team 2 and team
Which one's it going to be?
I'm going to pick the Melbourne Storm.
Of course
because
you
I
are.
think they're going to win
Because you always pick the Storm. I don't think when do you ever not pick the Storm?
when they play South.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll accept that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, they're second team.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the Storm as well. They've won their last 3 at Amy Park, and the Broncos have only got a 30% win rate down there. So
Yeah. and Smith not playing Origin is going to revitalise
Yes.
him.
Yes.
So
All right.
sure.
So Monday afternoon then.
Oh, because it's long weekend.
It's a long
so-
weekend.
Yeah, of course.
So Monday afternoon, Dogs against George at ANZ Stadium.
You'd have to say
Right.
St George will win this.
I can't see anyone else but St George winning this.
Well, there's only 2 teams playing. So
Yeah, that's
it doesn't
right.
matter who else?
And think how refreshed the Dragons are going to be coming off Origin. They got like 5 days. to rest, to
Yeah.
recover.
Yeah.
So, unless they get any serious injuries, you'd have to think the Dragons will win this easily.
Yeah. I'd be going Dragons.
Do you think MI's going to go by the end of June 30?
No,
You go to
he's already said he wants to stay to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I think he'll stay.
What about Aaron Woods? Will he go to Cronulla?
I hope
Ooh.
not.
Sharon going back to the Tigers, is he?
No, the Cronulla, it looks like the favourites now.
Really?
Yep.
How can they afford him?
Yeah.
The Sharks are buying another old forward.
Well, yeah,
they're
but
good, aren't they?
But they are becoming the Roosters.
Nobody's been
Everybody
monitoring.
who's available, they put their hand up.
Nobody's been monitoring the Cronulla Sharks.
Well, they're supposed to have Ben Barber coming back as well.
Steve, can I just say, they're not becoming the Roosters. The Roosters have at least got Uncle Nick there saying, you know what? This guy's going to be playing State of Origin in a couple of years. We're going to buy him off Souths. Cronulla are saying, look, this guy has played State of Origin. We'll buy him.
See, it's astute. We're astute.
That's right. That's right. You're just out in the. That's right. You're behind the doors.
Nick Politis has just declared he went from $750 million a year to $1.3 billion a year. So I'm glad he's in our team.
It's
I'm
a
glad
low
he's in
cars
our
it's
club.
sold.
Oh, I'm glad he's in our club. Yeah. That's an astute man. He should be.
Look, I got no doubt about that at all. But I just worry that the Sharks, everyone who becomes available, is talking to the Sharks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
It's a joke.
It is.
Yeah. So that's interesting too. The June 30 window is coming.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to monitor. We should talk about this over the next couple of weeks. There'll be lots and lots of talk, I would think, about players that might be moving.
And I actually think
won't be anyone going to Manly.
no.
Or the Dogs. We're broke.
That's right.
Des had his way with us.
Yes.
He
And I can't believe
crushed
who was suggesting that that Des should. Today I swim in the morning. I was at the pool. I was talking to a couple of blokes. One of them said he thought that Des Hasler should go to Parramatta. I said, does anybody want Des Hasler at the moment? He's persona non grata, surely. You know, he's just.
I think he's a great coach. He just got no idea how to run a contract.
Well,
He's certainly got the best out of a very angry player group at Manly and won them comps.
Yeah.
But my goodness, you don't want to be in the same situation a couple of years later.
No, you don't.
Sure. That's for sure.
All right, gentlemen, we have to end the show. Brian, anything you want to end with? Anything intelligent? Anything hard-hitting? Any news that you want to share?
He always baits you with this, doesn't he?
He does.
Just
Because then whatever I say, he says. Whatever I say, he says. I said intelligent.
He sets you up every week.
Every week. And every week I'll say something like this. Manly will beat the Warriors in a canter. Go for it.
You know, we could actually save that piece of recording and replay it every week because that's what he says.
I know he just said that I set him up, but honestly, I don't set him up to say those stupid things. I truly don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want something intelligent. I do want something hard-hitting. I do want something that makes sense.
Yes.
I said it.
Yeah, okay. Tom?
Go the Blues for Wednesday night. I can't wait for us. We finally got a chance, to win.
No, don't say we. Say we. He wants Greg Inglis to win.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I want Greg Inglis to be a winner in State of Origin.
Yeah, to be a winner for his non-state.
We're not talking about the Rabbitohs now. We're talking about...
No, you are. You're talking about the Rabbitohs captain. Thank you very much.
Wouldn't it be great if Crichton comes out and lays one on Greg Inglis
puts
him 3 foot under?
That's another interesting rumour, is that Crichton's back will be on his deal.
Yes.
Yes. No, I heard that. There's serious talk about him backflipping on his deal.
He's coming to Manly.
No, that he'll stay with.
I don't think he can because we've already signed. What's his face from the Broncos?
Sewer. Jaden Sewer.
Yeah, he's a good
Pretty
player
unfortunate
too.
name, isn't
Mind you, with Crichton on one side and Sewer on the other, it would be a pretty dynamic forward pack.
Oh well, we'll take the young bloke you don't want then, Murray.
No, you can't have him either. He's our line.
No.
What are you talking about?
Well,
He's future South's captain, I heard.
Oh, he's a sensational player.
Oh yeah.
He plays way above his weight.
You might have Uncle Nick, but we got Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And I tell you what,
Uncle Nick versus the Gladiator. Yes.
Apparently they've never spoken.
Who?
Nick and Rusty. They've never spoken.
Oh, why would they?
Just interesting.
They hate each other.
Two power brokers, Yeah.
Okay.
All right, listen, we're getting on.
Yes,
we are.
Jabbering on about nothing.
Yeah, we were 44 minutes last week, so don't tell me about bad
Jibber
show.
jabber.
Yeah. Come on.
Finish it up, Steve.
You got
I've said my intelligent thing.
You got anything intelligent to say, Steve?
No.
Yes, I do, and here it is. Thank you for watching the show. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all next week.
Don't forget
Bye-bye.
to vote. Don't forget to vote about the mug.
Oh,
Don't forget.
thank you. Bye.